Hey, thank you for joining us for graduation, which will begin shortly. For those of you wanting to take photographs of your officer receiving their certificates, feel free. There's an area over here designated for that time. Please note that the officers will be coming in alphabetically. So please return to your seats after that. You've taken your photograph and they've received their certificate. Allow the others to get that same opportunity. Thank you very much. And we will begin at 1 o'clock. We have about 4 minutes until that time. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Butenbaugh, and I am the class coordinator and instructor of police for the 302nd Basic Training Class. At this time, I ask that you please stand and join me in welcoming today's graduates, the 302nd Basic Training Class. Members of the 302nd class, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and direct your attention to the Lawrence Police Department Honor Guard for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem.
Honor guard. Halt. Ready. Fight. Color. Halt. Treated. Up.
Thank you. Please be seated. During your time here at KLETC, you have walked past the Wall of Honor numerous times. The Wall of Honor was designated as a reminder to those KLETC graduates, designed as a reminder of those KLETC graduates who have died in the line of duty. The names and photographs of the 28 individuals memorialized preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers the opportunity to remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the service to the citizens of Kansas. At this time, we will observe a moment of silence to honor those 28 KLETC graduates no longer with us. Thank you. Good afternoon. KLETC Class 302 Basic Training. Congratulations. Your graduation day has arrived and you made it. You began this adventure at KLETC back on August 29th with hopes of serving your communities as full-time law enforcement officers. During your time at KLETC, you have laughed with each other, celebrated birthdays, a marriage. You provided support during the loss of a loved one. You attended to sick family members and survived memorable bouts of illness. In general, you came together as a family. And as in any family, you had challenges with each other, as well as each of you grew into the persons you are now. One of the constants with this class was captured early by one of the instructors who described you by saying, this is their quote, "They were great to work with." And then he continued saying, "You had an outstanding learning attitude." He then summed up his experience with them saying, "They're a really cool group." Your learning as law enforcement officers has just begun. And if you keep that great attitude and be someone that everybody wants to work with, be assured that coolness will continue to rise. As your coordinator, your coolness was something that I was privileged to be a part of each day, and I want to thank you for that. You consistently had great attitudes and worked hard each and every day. KLETC has provided ample opportunities for you to honestly examine yourselves, such as during the many hours of instruction, quizzes, tests, performance exams, physical training, and defensive tactics training. Maybe for some of you, it was learning just to be a good roommate or a classmate as you struggled to settle into academic life. As you overcame these challenges, you transformed and grew, and in doing so, set yourselves on the path of becoming peacemakers. On the first day we met here at the Academy, I asked you as a class, why did you want to be a law enforcement officer? I did so that you would focus on your purpose during your time here at KLETC. Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why can bear almost any how." This job does not come without pain or heartache. You should have known this when you signed up or learned it here at KLETC, especially when that pepper spray hits you in the face, right? All joking aside, you will experience disappointment and pain, whether it comes from wearing your duty belt or a vest for 10 to 12 hours, or fighting with somebody who doesn't want to go to jail, or telling a mother or a father their child won't be coming home. You will also miss important things: family gatherings, holidays, children's sporting events, loved ones' birthdays, and even possibly your own anniversary. You may also experience the pain and trauma of things that you have seen and done. In those times, look back of the challenges of the class and remember your why. In this will provide you purpose and guidance during your journey in life. Furthermore, I want to tell you not to try to do this alone. Your family and friends, peers, and community are there to help you and are there for you, just as you are there for them. Lastly, I want to remind you to go fishing, hopefully fly fishing, for it has been scientifically proven to be good for your mind and your body. In closing, I want to wish all of you successful, safe, happy, and healthy careers. You have chosen to answer the call to join the noble career of law enforcement. You are the thin blue line. A new adventure awaits each of you. God bless you, each and every one. On behalf of the KLET administration and everyone at KLETC, congratulations on completing basic training. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, Chief Ed Owens of the Emporia Police Department. Chief Owens began his career at at Emporia Police Department in 1990 after he graduated from Fort Hays State University with a degree in criminal justice. He is a graduate of the 114th KLETC Basic Training Academy. Chief Owens was assigned to the Patrol Division and in 1992 became one of the first bike officers assigned to the city of Emporia. Chief Owens was transferred to narcotics in 2000, where he served for 5 years. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2005 and worked his way up from there through the ranks, became the chief of police in 2021. Chief Owens is a graduate of the FBI National Academy Class 242. Chief Owens has been voted Officer and Supervisor of the Year by his peers numerous times throughout his career. He served on the ATF task force out of Wichita while he was lieutenant over investigation. Chief Owens has served in many leadership positions throughout his career, both with his department and organizations within the city of Emporia. Please welcome Chief Owens.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for your attendance at today's ceremony. Thank you, James, for the introduction. And as you all heard, I graduated the 114th. I'm old. I also hate introductions, especially when you've been in law enforcement for 32 years. I like to keep things short, get on with the work at hand, and that's always been my motto. Anyhow, for those of you who haven't been here, isn't this auditorium just fantastic? KLETC and this entire campus is just amazing. KU and KLETC have done a marvelous job putting this state-of-the-art facility together over the course of 32 years. I can tell you in 1990, this place was not appeasing to the eye. It was pretty difficult. Today is a very important day in the lives of these men and women, and quite frankly, the lives of their families and communities. They will be starting a new adventure, and I might add, a very important adventure, across the state of Kansas and the cities and counties that they will serve. Law enforcement's taken a beating over the last couple of years. However, I got to say the resilience of young people like we have today, it's refreshing to me, my administration like ours, and everyone's across the state and nation. To say that I am proud is just an understatement. It is reassuring to see these young men and women that have courage to serve the communities they live in so we can all move forward in our daily lives with safety and security. And now it's time for me to address the class. However, I promised Barbara, and hopefully everyone will chuckle about this. I got a dumb dad joke. Kind of break the ice, commencements are a little tight. I promise it's clean. I can tell you it's a reflection of my life, and from looking out over the crowd, there's some bald, gray-haired people out here too. you'll enjoy this. And it's also relative a little bit to the class today. So here we go. And Barbara, you can shut me down if it gets a little crazy. You have a priest, preacher, and a rabbi sitting around drinking coffee. Preacher asks the priest, hey, when do you think life begins? Of course, the priest says life begins at conception. Preacher's like, nah. Or the preacher's like, no, life begins when you hear a heartbeat. And those two argue for like 10 minutes, and the rabbi's over there drinking coffee and reading his paper. Finally, the preacher looks over and says, hey, Rabbi, I've noticed you don't chime in on this. What's going on? You don't have any, which one of us is right? Rabbi says, well, quite frankly, you're both wrong. How can we both be wrong? Life begins when your children grow up, move out of the house, and your family pet passes away. My beautiful wife and I are doing that. We're empty nesters. It's great. It's like being 18 years old again, except you have a little more money. All right, now we're going to get serious. Class 302. It is a privilege for me to be asked to speak at your commencement, and I thank you for this opportunity. I have not taken this honor lightly. Each of your departments are blessed to have you as newly sworn officers and deputies in each of your respective communities. This is your day to shine. Do not forget this day and the accomplishments you've achieved to get to this point. When you began this journey, you chose to do a mission, and that mission is a call to serve. Do not minimize or mistake this calling, as the tasks you'll be called upon are inherent to this noble profession. I like to impress upon our new officers to never forget where you come from. I think it's important as you grow in this profession. Someday you will all be old grizzled officers and tasked with helping young officers in their new position. Therefore, it's inherent to remember this day and how you feel right now. Never forget the times you'll help those in need in your community. Simple tasks as helping someone change a tire, helping someone put groceries in their car. It's a lot of those small actions that will add to your character, not only when you're in uniform, but also when you're not. You will be called upon to do things most people would run away from. You may save a life someday by putting your own life in danger. You will save lives on a regular basis and not realize you did so until years later. You will also need to hone your skills as communicators, listeners, and observers. I was asked once a couple years ago, what exactly does a law enforcement officer do every day? Well, I said, simply put, we deal with human behavior every minute of every day. That's all we do. And most of the time, that human behavior is relative to great interactions. And other times, it can be quite ugly. However, if you all prepare, you learn, you listen, you communicate, and you observe, most of the time we can limit some of that ugliness. You've all been called upon to be stewards of your community. Each and every day, uniform or not, serve your communities with pride and dedication. Always recognize your duty to serve and that you are all sons and daughters of your respective departments and the cities and towns that you're going to serve. Be firm yet be fair. Never lose your honor or your integrity. Be the officer that is available, not to judge, but to listen. Again, be fair and firm, but do so with an open mind and a caring heart. Be the officer who will treat others how you would want your family to be treated. And be the officer who will always be able to look in the mirror and remember who he or she has always been. Lastly, always be honest. I've had the experience as a police chief to have to deal with honesty issues, and it's not pleasant. As I said earlier, we deal with human behavior, which also means our behavior. It is imperative that we check our integrity and honor every single day. Honesty is right in the middle of integrity and honor, and the quickest way to make even the slightest situation ugly is don't be honest. Honesty in our personal lives plays a huge role as well. We have seen a huge change in mental health issues over the last 10 or 15 years. Each of you will do your communities a disservice along with your family if you're not honest about your own feelings and emotions that you will experience while performing your duties. Please, in today's world, do not carry your burdens. You will experience horrors maybe never seen before in your life. Do not stuff those images in your pockets because they will come back to haunt you at various times throughout your career. Seek out help with peer support groups or mental health professionals. The stigma of mental health is leaps and bounds better than it was a decade ago. Do not be afraid to reach out to your brothers and sisters in law enforcement. Chances are they too have experienced similar situations and can point you all in a direction of healing. Because I can tell you from experience that once an incident is over, it's never over. Take care of yourselves so you can have a long, enjoyable career, taking care of your community, your family, and your friends. God bless each and every one of you for accepting this call to service, and I mean that. And always remember this day, get ready to enjoy the ride, and be the officer that each of your department has hired you to be. Thank you.
Chief Owens, on behalf of the 302nd class and KLTC staff administration, we want to thank you for sharing your thoughts and your time with our graduates. Thank you. Thank you. At KLTC, we recognize those student officers who have excelled in various professional skill sets during their basic training. We'll be starting with our fitness awards. Fitness being the key component in an officer's life. It helps them deal with the daily stress they'll face and aids them in maintaining a healthier lifestyle, enabling them to better mitigate the dangers they may encounter. During their time here at KLTC, all members of the 302nd were active and engaged in a fitness routine. However, only 2 student officers met the goals of the 200-mile club. To be recognized as members of the 200-mile club, the student officer must have completed 30 push-ups in a minute, 30 sit-ups in a minute, run 1.5 miles in 18 minutes or less, and additionally, they must also have logged 200 miles outside of their classroom activities. The officers who met those goals, please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Brendan Agolkin, Gray County Sheriff's Office, and Elena Patterson, Riley County Police Department. Brendan, could you please be seated? And Officer Elena Patterson from Riley County Police Department, please join me at the podium. Officer Patterson. Turn face. Officer Patterson is receiving the fitness medal for the most improved. Please join me when I present her medal, recognizing her for her efforts. Well done. Officer Brendan Agolkin of the Gray County Sheriff's Office, could you please join me at the podium? During the 200-mile club challenge, Officer Agolkin completed an impressive 258 miles, along with exceeding other physical requirements of the 200-mile challenge. For his efforts, Officer Agolkin is being awarded the fitness medal. Please join me in recognizing him for his efforts. Be seated. KLTC also likes to recognize student officers who have excelled in academics during their time here. Student officers who have achieved the following criteria are being recognized for academic honors. The requirements include a 90% or greater overall written GPA, a 90% or greater written final exam, a 90% or greater final performance grade point average, a 90% or greater overall performance final testing score, and must have completed and logged over 100 miles and successfully completed their skills testing and received no disciplinary actions. We have 2 officers that have met this criteria. Officer Curtis D. Cavender Jr. of the Kansas State University Police Department, please stand. And Elena Patterson of the Riley County Police Department, please stand. Well done, thank you. Please be seated. And I would like to call to the podium Officer Jonathan D. Augustinowitz of the Riley County Police Department. I'm sure I messed it up. Okay, turn and face. Additionally, in academics, we have the Director's Academic Award. For the student officer to be recognized for achieving this award, the student officer must have attained a 94% pre-final written test grade point average, a 94% or greater score on their written final, a successful completion of all performance and skills testing, and has had no disciplinary actions. Officer Augustinowitz met these goals, and with his permission, I'm going to provide you that he had an overall grade point average of a 94.2%, and just this morning he scored on his final written exam a 98%. This plaque is a recognition of his efforts and his academic performance. Now it is time for the class president of the 302nd Basic Training Class to deliver a few brief remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the 302nd Basic Training Class President, Caitlin Waits of Hayesville Police Department.
Good afternoon. Welcome friends, family, and distinguished guests to the graduation ceremony of the 302nd Basic Training Class of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. Thank you all for celebrating with us, whether it be in person or virtually. I know that everyone on this stage has been anxiously anticipating this day for some time. I would like to begin by thanking the families, friends, and loved ones of everyone on this stage for their sacrifices over the last 14 weeks. Leaving home every week was not easy for us, so we know it was not easy for you, especially those home alone with children during the week. In case you were not told it enough over the past few months, thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for sticking with us and holding down the fort. We could not have made it all this way without you. We would also like to thank our departments for having confidence in all of us and for your encouragement and support along the way. Believe me when I tell you we are all extremely excited to return to our respective agencies and apply what we have learned here at KLATC, as well as continuing to build on our education and experience. Finally, thank you to all the instructors, administrators, and staff of the training center for your continued support and mentorship. We would especially like to thank our dad, Mr. Butenbaugh. Thank you for guiding us, leading yoga sessions, and the daily fist bumps. Also, thank you to our stepdad, Mr. Carey, for stepping in when Mr. Butenbaugh was absent so we could still receive our daily fist bumps. We still hope that you show up to our sports activities on Sunday mornings. The past 14 weeks proved to be a unique experience, to say the least. 24 individuals with a wide range of age, experience, expectations, and personalities were thrown together into a single classroom, and we are expected to work together to eventually graduate as certified police officers. We were told that the odds were against us because each class loses 2 or 3 people along the way. It should speak volumes that not only did we beat those odds, we actually added 2 people to our class. It was not easy though, believe me. 26 type A perfectionist personalities who want to be right all the time. We bumped heads a few times, to say the least, which is probably why the defensive tactics class where we hit each other with foam batons felt so therapeutic. In all seriousness, I drafted many forms of this speech I wanted to present here today. I had a goal of giving a serious and inspirational speech. I quickly figured out that that was impossible, mainly because the vast majority of us do not take ourselves too seriously. Most of us have a sick sense of humor that shows itself often. Maybe it's a coping mechanism, maybe it's our personality. Either way, it made for an enjoyable experience for those of us who are not too oversensitive. Another goal I had in writing this speech was to give our guests a picture of what our daily life was like here at the Academy. I found that to be a difficult task because we each had a unique experience. Some stayed to themselves while others socialized consistently. Some ate in the cafeteria for every meal while others ate out at any chance that they had. Some found themselves as a large group while others had one or two people that they consistently socialized with. There were plenty who varied within these broad categories. The Academy experience was unique to each individual. There was one constant theme, though. Before I came to KLATC, I was told the Academy is what you make of it. I believe that word of advice from my coworkers rings true for everyone on this stage. Over the last 14 weeks, we have learned together, struggled together, and grown together. We have solidified our ideas of what a police officer looks like, how they behave, how they treat other people, and what kind of values they hold. We should all agree that having integrity is the most important quality of a police officer. After all, there is a reason we are holding our graduation Integrity Hall. For those that are unaware, integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. As we leave here today to begin our law enforcement careers, please keep these words in mind. Integrity, honesty, morals. Hopefully these words will guide all of us through long law enforcement careers. I believe I speak for most of my classmates when I say we have formed lifelong friendships with each other. Most of you have my phone number or another way to contact me. Please do not hesitate to reach out, especially if you're in the Wichita area. We are all a part of the incredible Blue Line family now. I hope that everyone on the stage takes that knowledge to heart and their future actions reflect positively on this honorable profession. Make time for self-evaluation, maintain your values, and remember your why. As I said earlier, the odds were against us at the beginning of the Academy. The odds are against us as police officers. However, we are an incredibly stubborn group of people. Most of us refuse to quit. We push through PT, DT, freezing temperatures on the range. We successfully passed our academics, practical evaluations, and late nights of paperwork. We survived active shooter training and even our mock trials. We did it. Today marks the end of our time here at KLATC. Personally, today is rather bittersweet. I'm going to miss seeing all of you every day, laughing together and staying up way too late watching scary movies. However, I am also excited to return home to my own bed and to start trying to make my community a better place with my department. I've enjoyed working with my classmates, and I hope we will have an opportunity to work together in the future. Thank you.
All right, Caitlin, KLAT staff and administration want to present you with this plaque as thank you for being the 302nd Basic Class President. I'll have it here on the table for you. In law enforcement, ethics are at the forefront of training and our profession. The law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. This is something we've discussed in depth during your time here at KLATC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. A law enforcement officer assumes great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the position of being role models, leading by example. They are enforcers of the law and protectors over our communities. Because the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes the concepts and principles of within the oath should be a dominating force in all officers' lives, I'll ask the class president, Caitlin Waits, to lead the class with the law enforcement oath of office affirmation.
Class 302, please stand. Oath. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution of the United States, the state of Kansas, my community, and the agency I serve. Recover. Please be seated.
In a few moments, you'll be presented with a challenge coin. A challenge coin is a symbolic and meaningful and is given to someone as a reminder of what they have done or to confirm the membership of an organization. This coin today will recognize you as a graduate of KLETC. I ask that you carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here at KLETC. On the back of this coin is the oath that each of you affirmed moments ago. Carry it with you and let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, it has been my honor and distinct pleasure to be your class coordinator and missed a small part of your journey. I wish nothing but success for you and happiness in the future. Now I will ask the Associate Director of Basic Training, Alvin Sowers, to join me here on stage as we present the members of the 302nd Basic Training class with their certificates, while I present each of you with a KLETC Challenge coin. Class President Caitlin Waits will announce the names of the graduates of the 302nd Basic Training class.
First row, please stand. Yvette Alford, Greenwood County Sheriff's Office. Caden Allen, Harrington Police Department. Dominic Anderson, Kansas State University Police Department. Jonathan Augustinowicz, Riley County Police Department. Curtis Cavender Jr., Kansas State University Police Department. Devontae Chapman, Wichita State University Police Department. Ian Crandall, Iowa Tribal Police Department. Alex Duckett, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. Front row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Lane Elmore, Great Bend Police Department. Hayden House, Overland Park Police Department. Gage Hudson, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. Brendan Igolkin, Gray County Sheriff's Office. Dylan Jordan, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. Travis Kahn, Girard Police Department. Brian Martes Munoz, Lawrence Police Department. Jonathan Parsons, Great Bend Police Department. Elena Patterson, Riley County Police Department. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Dre Podlina, Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks. Mason Roberts, Pleasanton Police Department. Cole Rossetter, Newton Police Department. Aaron Sabin, Crawford County Sheriff's Office. Luke Scheibe, Parsons Police Department. Hawkins Taylor, Emporia Police Department. Brian Ward, Clark County Sheriff's Office. Daniel Wilson, Fort Scott Police Department.
and Caitlin Waits of the Hayesville Police Department. Third row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. I'd ask Chief Owens to step back up here for a minute. I kept hearing his comments about thinking he was old, and I just want to give him a holiday gift and let him know that I went through the 81st basic training. So,
But your kids are out of your
and,
house.
and yeah, they are. I am an empty nester as well. And I want you to know that there's physical evidence, because cops always want physical evidence. I have a little less hair and a little different color, right? Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming to the graduation ceremony for this class. It means so much. This is an exceptionally full auditorium today. It's really nice to see you all come. We appreciate that. And I know they do as well. To the administrators and to the coworkers, we appreciate you coming as well and supporting them. It shows how much the brother and sisterhood is alive today. So in a few moments, I will bless each one of these officers as Kansas officers. So I would ask the class 302 to please stand. On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each of you have satisfactorily completed the requirements to be law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. And for the words they've been waiting 14 weeks to hear, class dismissed.